Welcome to Data Decision. So today I'm going to show you how to create this particular map we have right here. So if I click on any part of it right now, I click on Australia, I have the Australia being zoomed here, and look at the name. So if I actually click it back, it's going to go back and you can actually zoom into any place you really want to zoom into at all. So this map is actually a custom map that is not a default map in Power BI. So with the default map, you can do a lot with it because it has to give you some weird background that will not match your background, right? So if you want to learn how to build this, let's do it. So I'm going to open this. It's a new slate. There is nothing here. So the very first thing you have to do is to pick the country, the state, or the region you want to use. So let's go to customer here and we click over the country. Now we have this country. So what I would love to do right now is to make sure I use table first to show you what we're going to have inside it. So in the table, I'm going to put it into 20 and let's go to the header. This is going to be 20 as well. Okay, now you can see I have the country lists here. Then we go back to where we have our measure right in. And here we have all measures. I have my measures grouped. So I'm going to click on this very one here and I'm going to select profit. So this is the measure that is going to give me my bubble size, right? So with this right now, we are going to look for a map. So we can go through here, click over here. I told you it's not a default map in Power BI, but before we create the kind of map you've just seen previously, we need to click on shape map. So with shape map, we are going to have something like this. Let us give a full screen. It doesn't really make sense using shape map or with this kind of data we have right now. So what can we do? So what we need to do next is to actually bring in our custom map, which I'm going to show you how to get it downloaded. So go over here under the format. So from format, click on map settings and you click here is giving us a default USA. And what we have is different countries. So we just go ahead and click on it and we just pick this particular custom map. So with the custom map here, we have add a map type. So we're going to browse. So over here, I have my countries 110m.json here. So I'm going to pick it. Let's go with this. So now here we go. We have something like this. So the beautiful thing is this, you can customize the map anyhow you like. So let's scroll down a bit to see what we have here. So if you choose this particular top one, you're going to have something like this. If you want to use something like this, you can go with this and you have something like this. You look at that. So I will definitely go ahead and click on this because right now I cannot zoom into any part of it. So to zoom now, we have to turn on the auto zoom and we have to turn on the zoom on selection as well. Then that is all we need. So if I click over here right now, it zooms for me. And if you hover over it, you can see we have Canada here. So if I hover over here, we have the United Kingdom. And once you click on it, it brings it to view. So now what about the color? Let us customize our color to change the color we have as a default. So just scroll down and over here you have fill color. So once you get your fill color, the minimum, what do you want to have on the minimum? So maybe for the minimum, we want to have something like red for an instance. It depends on the color you chose for your dashboard. So let's go with something dark red like this or something more, bloody. So the next thing is to get the maximum. For the maximum, we want to go for something like this. So let's go for the maximum with this one. That is exactly what you need to do. Okay. So, I told you can customize this to match your background. Let us change the background here. For example, if I go to view, I can choose any of these backgrounds we have right here. So let me go and pick up this background. So now if you look at, let me change this to a different one. I think I'm going to go with the dark version. You can see it matches the dark version. If I go with another color, like this particular color right here. So now we have a background on it. So we can have it removed. Just click on the chart. So take off the title go to this particular part right here and remove this. And you can see it matches your background. So the next thing you can do right now is maybe you want to play with the blank area that does not have any value, right? So you scroll down and you can see blank areas, and either you turn it off. It doesn't make sense once you have it turned off. You can bring it back and you can play around with the color you have right here. So maybe you want to make it darker or whatever you want to do. You can just do that to it. So this is absolutely something you need to do. Okay, one thing I'm going to show you right now is this. So let's say you want people to actually, when they make selection here, you want it to actually tell them what they have selected. So what you can do right now, let me show you what to do. You need to add a measure. So let's come over here and add a measure somewhere. I'm going to add the measure outside here. So now, new measure. So with my new measure now, I want to actually look at when I make a selection, it should display the name of the country. And if you want to bring the measure or the measure in, like the profit of the country, you can. Let's deal with that first. So over here, I'm going to do show active. Show active country equals, right? So with this right now, I'm going to say if selected value, then we are going to call the country from the customer table. So if it is not blank, then give us the same thing. So we don't have to type it again. We can copy this particular part, exclude the if. So we paste this one right here. So we want to see this. Otherwise, give us blank like this, right? So let us hit the enter key and see the wonder this is going to do for us. Right, so we have to push it into a card. Now we have a card. The card has nothing on it. So maybe my card now, I want it to look like this because I don't want it to have a background. Let's go over here. Let us click on this particular part here and take off the background from it. Okay. Once we have done that, we can take off this particular one. So it's blank and it looks just, let me put it here, or we can put it at the top here. I'm going to stretch it. So nobody can tell that there is something there. But the moment I actually highlight this particular part right now, you can see we have Canada, which we can actually go ahead and do some transformation to. Let's do this. So we change the color, right? So you can customize the color to match the color you have right here, but that's going to be a lot of work. So let us just make it something very simple. Can you see we have France right now, and we want to see whenever we select France without we hovering over it to see the figure we have on France, we want to actually see what we have made from France. So how can we do that? So we can actually bring in total revenue for France. So what do we do? So let's go ahead and select the measure again. So we click on the show measure. I've never done this before, but I think it's going to work. So I'm going to do this ampersand here. So I will do width and do this ampersand. I'll bring in my profit as a measure into here. Profit. So it's going to be France with profit with $55,000 in profit. Let's just do off profit. Okay, roughly let's just do this. So if I go ahead and hit my enter key right now, this should definitely make a lot of sense. Let's see what we have actually done. So just play around with DAX and you're gonna have something like this. So we have this. Let's stretch it. Let's stretch it. So if you look at it now, this comes up even though when we don't have anything selected. So whenever we have something selected, we have it here, but we don't want to display this when there is no country in that is actually active. So what we can do now is to actually go back to it. So when we go back to it here, so we are going to actually decide to save this. So let us do variable. That is the only way you can actually get this created. So variable now underscore active country, so equals. So under the return here, so we're gonna say if return, so we do if underscore active country is equals to blank, then give us blank, otherwise give us active country, right? So if we would have thought of using variable before, the need of doing this particular first line would not actually come up, but right now is okay. Let us try to look at what we have done, how this will definitely help us to hide it when there is no selection, right? So if this works, we shouldn't see any selection right now. Okay, we're still seeing a selection. Then, okay, let's go back. So this is what it is. If you want to learn how to use or create measure, this is what you do. So now we have done this. I will definitely cut this off from here. I'll cut it. Let's just take it off. So here, let's do under variable. So we do variable. I'm gonna do underscore profit. Okay. So this underscore profit here. So what I'm gonna do now is gonna be like if let's say. So let's do this, and over here we have taken it off. It is now to concatenate. We have to bring country here. Okay, sorry. We have to bring in our profit here. So we do profit. And over here, we want to display something is gonna be with our concatenator. Let's just do blank one for now and look at what it will give us. So we bring in the profit here. If I hit my enter key, let's see what we're going to have. Now it has it hidden. It is only when I select that we have this pops up, right? Can you see it now? So it's all about you thinking outside the box to actually achieve what you really want to achieve. So as you can see, we have just achieved this right away by thinking outside the box. So let's add more thing. So if you look at here right now, it's a Canada and it gives us some number, and this number does not make any damn sense, right? So let's go over here now and click again. Then this time around, we want to say made. So we go over here. Of profit. So let's just do this. Okay, still our number will look very ugly, so we have to format it. So we use format function. So with the format function, we want to do this format scene to be like format comma. How do we want to format it? Let's reduce it a little bit. So how do we want to format this? Inside double quotes, we do hash. Before hash, we do dollar, hash, comma, hash, hash. We do this, we close the bracket, and once we hit our enter, we are very much good to go, right? So let it get it work done. So let's see this. Okay, this is showing something again. We select, now it's gone. When we select this, so we have this value here. So the thing we're going to do right now is to make sure this particular made and the value does not actually collide. So it's a very simple something. Let's go back and let's see, this particular part should have a space. So quickly, you can see how we have actually done this. So what I'm going to show you next right now is how I actually got this particular map, custom map right here. I'm going to be sharing the link with you. So over here, you can see GitHub. Under GitHub, if you get the link, you just scroll down straight up right here. Okay. So now you can see under here, we have file reference. So we have the countries 110rm.json. Do not go ahead and click on this download. If you click on the download, let's see what you're going to have. So now this is what you're going to have when you are trying to click and download, just the way you download movies, music, and other files, right? But this is not how to go about it. So what you need to do, let's go back. So just come over here, right click, and go on, say, like save link as. So when you say save link as, it's going to download. That is how you get this particular kind of file downloaded to your system. You get that? So once you have done it, that is all you need to do. There is no any other customization you need. So don't forget to go to my YouTube channel and watch lots of videos about, Power BI and Microsoft Excel. We have over 200 videos on this particular channel. So try to join the channel and look at what you can do to actually learn more from this particular channel when it comes to dashboard creation and lots of trick about DAX and Excel function and stuff like that. So let's do it.